You've done all that you can do. You've done absolutely everything that you know how, and it's still not working. Hi, I'm the one that shields with 2Q Classrooms. This is my space for fellow teachers, homeschool moms, and or homeschool dads. And today we're going to talk about what we can do when we have done everything possible, but our parents still will not get involved in their child's life. They're not helping us. And we've talked about it constantly that the most important indicator of student success is parental involvement. If we can get our parents involved, then chances are extremely good that our student is going to be academically successful. However, there does come a time when, unfortunately, you've done everything that you know to do. You've been over backwards, but yet and still your parents are still not being involved. So what can you do? So this is what we're about to talk about. The first things that you want to do when your parents are not being involved in your student's life is make sure that you give shortened assignments. That means you can still send homework home, but make sure that you're not giving your students something that's going to require them a whole lot of time to complete, or something that they're not going to need a lot of help with doing, because the parents are not involved. The next thing that you want to make sure that you do, make sure if you're sending this homework home that you've gone over this in class, that they have a good grasp of what you have covered, and they can effectively do their homework on their own. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you're emphasizing the importance of homework or schoolwork or academics. Because there is no foundational base at home, then it's going to fall on you to make sure that your students understand the significance of the assignment, that they understand the importance of doing and completing their homework and schoolwork on their own. So make sure you're continuously reiterating that you start this from day one, whether your parents involved or not. Make sure that you're emphasizing this with your students. But this is going to be especially important for those students who do not have that support at home. Another thing that you want to do, this is number 3, is make sure that your student is self-sufficient, that they're self-reliant, that they can handle it themselves. So you are training them to be able to do their homework or do their assignments on their own. I had a student several years ago who came to school, and his clothes were always dirty, and we were trying to figure out what was going on. It was him and his brother, and we discovered that his mom worked a lot. She worked at night, and a lot of times she was too tired to wash their clothes. So the little boys were getting up, and they were putting on whatever they found. The first part of the week, the clothes were clean, and as the week progressed, or as time went along, then their clothes were not clean because mom didn't have time to wash the clothes. So one of the things that we had to do, even though we're at school, is teach that young man how to wash his own clothes. So once we showed him how to use a washing machine, how to get the detergent, how to wash and dry his clothes, then he started coming to school with cleaner clothes. So even though that was a life skill, we had to train him that. I guess you're saying, why did she tell us this story about a child in a clean clothes? Because what I'm telling you is, when you have parents that are not involved, you're going to have to make sure that that student is able to take care of their homework or all the academics themselves. Students who are continuing to work, who are continuing to be involved, despite the absence of parental involvement, is make sure that you're praising and rewarding this student. Make sure that you're constantly giving him or her that pat on the back. Make sure you're constantly telling them how they've done such a great job, and that you have built those relationships, and that you're building that self-confidence. So despite the fact that their parent isn't involved in their academic life the way they should be, this student is able to function on their educational level. Even though your parent may not be involved, is make sure that you're making a way for this parent to know what's going on in your classroom. And how do you do that? You can do that by sending newsletters home. You can send newsletters through the parent's email. You can make sure you're posted on social media as often as you can, some important tips or some activities that are going on within your class. So if that parent does decide to pick something up, then he or she can stay up to date with exactly what's going on inside of your classroom. You can do this by using apps such as GroupMe, Remind Me. You can have articles, ads, announcements posted within your local newspaper. These are all ways you can keep that parent informed. Unfortunately, it's becoming more and more common that our parents, or some of our parents, are being absent from our students' lives academically. So we as teachers or educators have to make an effort to ensure that our students are receiving the best education they can. And some of the ways we do that are, again, making sure we shorten those homework assignments, making sure that our students can do their homework assignments when we're not there, that they have a good grasp of the concept before they leave to go home. We're making sure that we go over that assignment first thing in the mornings when those students come back. We're also making sure that we reward our students for doing their work, and we've instilled in them the importance of education from the beginning of school. We're constantly telling them why it's important that they get their work done, why it's important that they have the educational foundation. Another thing that we're going to do, we're going to make sure that we're keeping our parent informed, or that they have access to information, whether they're getting it from us or not, by using apps such as GroupMe, Remind Me. We're posting articles in the newspaper and across other forms of social media. Again, this is One Shifts with Two Cute Classroom, talking to my homeschool moms, homeschool dads, and my fellow teachers and my parents about what we can do when parents are absent from our students' academic lives. I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel.